just won't climb in the first place. Hold my head under, let me drown. Because
Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon and this is a reading vlog. Hey, hi, hello. I am here to give you a reading update because I have been reading for a change, and I'm so happy that I have been because last week I had an ear infection, I got a perforated eardrum, and I was out of commission the whole week. Like, I could do nothing. So I read very little last week. So this week I am hoping to change that and kind of resurrect myself from the shit show that was last week. So I have been reading The Bridge Kingdom and I am enjoying it. So I have notes. Of course I have notes because I wanted to remember the names of the kingdoms. I didn't want to forget them. So essentially in the story of The Bridge Kingdom, we follow Lara, who is one sister of 12, and they are brought up in the desert in Madrina, and they have been trained to become assassins. The reason for this is that Madrina has a peace treaty with the Bridge Kingdom, which is Ithacana, and the peace treaty means that Madrina will give up Laura's father will give up one of his daughters to the king of the Bridge Kingdom, Aaron, for him to wed, and they will use the bridge to transport goods into Madrina. So, sounds great, but Lara's father wants control of the Bridge Kingdom because the bridge is very valuable and it is the main route for trade out of all the kingdoms, so he wants to take control of that. In order to do that though, he has to kill the king of the Bridge Kingdom, which happens to be Aaron. So Lara, I'm 30% of the way through. Lara has just went into the Bridge Kingdom and she is living in this kind of like mansion, but the whole landscape is jungle, which I really enjoy because I've never really seen jungle landscape in a fantasy, and it has been brought to life in this book, which I'm really enjoying. Kind of like Aaron kind of reminds me like Tarzan. I don't know how my brain came up with that, but yeah, like I could totally see him like swinging from ropes and like coming in to save the day. But he's got a game. I'm marking it now. I don't trust him. He's got something up his sleeve. He is a king after all. He might be a soldier at heart, but like he's king and he needs to be political to keep his kingdom safe, which is what I gather he will do because he has explicitly said that he cares and loves his kingdom. Lara's point of view, which is quite entertaining because it's a lot of her pretending to be very docile and kind of trying to like downplay her abilities, which is quite fun to like read about because like she can probably disarm half of his guards, but she's just sitting there like, don't do it, bitch. Don't do it. There's a greater plot, and it's just kind of her like wrestling her inner bitch to not freak out, and like I like that kind of narration. So between the dual POV and the side characters that we're getting, the world building of the Bridge Kingdom, Madrina and Ithacana as a whole is really good. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of giving me like a Court of Mist and Fury vibes when Feyre goes to the Spring Court, like kind of a lion in sheep's clothing, and it's giving me that kind of vibe, so I'm liking it. And yeah, I'm 30% of the way through. I'm reading it really quickly. I am glad I picked this up. I am hoping to read this quite quick and get it done this week, but I just found out that this is going to be a 6-book series, but each 2 books are a duology, so technically it's like 3 duologies, so I might just pick up the 2nd book of this and then class that as like the duology finished and see how I feel about continuing with the other books, because I take it each duology will follow different characters. If I care enough, I'll pick them up. So far, I'm caring about Lara and Aaron and I want to see what happens. So yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm reading. I because I had such a shit week last week, I want to have quite a productive week this week. I'm feeling 100 times better, which hallelujah, because I could not deal with that pain anymore. So now that I'm feeling better, I'm like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. I know I can't do everything. I do have to return to work this week, which is great because I need the money, but also I want to do all the other stuff. So I will see how this goes. My hopeful plan for the week is to read The Bridge Kingdom. I would also like to read Felix Ever After, which is on the sofa right there, and hopefully slide in a secret book. I don't know if I'm going to manage that, but I have good intentions. I'm putting it out there. I have good intentions. So I have good intentions. I have the drive to be productive this week, and I'm going to get shit done. If you want to know if that actually happens or if I just feel miserably like I do more often than not, stick around. It's a mess, but it's a fun time. I will check in once I have read some more. Hello, so I am back because I am gonna update you on what I've been reading. Yeah, I feel really awkward today in front of the camera. Maybe it's because I just came off of a night shift, so it is like 8 o'clock in the morning and I haven't slept yet, so maybe that's why I feel really awkward, because the sleep deprivation. But yeah, hi. I have been reading The Bridge Kingdom and I am 60% of the way through and I'm really, really enjoying it. So building on the last clip where I told you a little bit about this story, I am really enjoying the characters. Lara and Aren are great characters, and I was told that this was enemies to lovers romance, and to be honest, I'm not really feeling that, like, that kind of vibe. Like, they are enemies in the fact that she's there to assassinate him for her father, but like, apart from the like typical hate that comes along with two opposing kingdoms, I don't see these two characters personally enemies. Their countries or kingdoms are enemies. These two characters I don't really see as enemies. And even though she's there to like assassinate him, like, I know she's not going to do it because listen, I know she's not going to do it because Aren was on a trip and his ship got like jacked, so they ended up in a battle, and she like freaked out and ran all the way from the house past the barracks all the way down to the sea to make sure he was there. And then when she like seen Jor, which is his like right hand man, she was like, oh my god, where is he, and like she was like freaking out, and I'm like, you don't freak out like that if you're gonna kill someone. Like, I think in Lara's mind, she wants to get the information to her father so her father can take over the bridge and she can disappear and not hurt Aren and not get assassinated by her father's soldiers. And I think that's where she's going with it, but at the same time, I'm like, you're gone, you're done, you're gone for, girl. Like, you are not going to leave him behind, because if you leave him behind, your dad will kill him. And then even then, like, she is starting to care a bit more about the other people that are in his life. So I'm like, she's not going to do it. I think she's going to turn on her father and be with Aren, which will be pretty predictable but still enjoyable in my opinion, because I like that. And there was this certain part in the book where someone had said something about Lara, and Aaron was like, yeah, don't talk to her, like, don't talk about her like that. And it was kind of like really possessive, and like that kind of, what is it, like there's this, like, it's like no one can touch her but I can kind of romance, or like what is it, like I don't know, there it is, trust me, it's a thing, I just can't remember it right now. And like that kind of came across as like a trope that I like, that's like very protective, like everyone, like I can fuck with her but you can't fuck with her. And I think that's the way that Aaron kind of views the situation. So yeah, I am really enjoying this book, and I'm quite surprised because I didn't have much expectations going in, because I thought enemies to lovers, fantasy, and now I'm like, this is going to be a 6-book series, and I said I wasn't going to start any more series, and it's 6 books of 3 duologies, so technically I'm starting a duology and not a series, so loophole. But like, I don't know, I'm just all over the place. But I'm enjoying the Bitch Kingdom. If I was to rate it at the moment at the 60% mark, it's a solid 3.75 at this 60% mark. And I do not know if this is going to be a 5 stars. I think it doesn't, I don't know if it has the potential to be. If not, then I think it does have the potential to be a 4.5. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm glad that I picked this up, and I'm happy. And also I thought that I would just quickly mention that I started Felix Ever After. So I am 136 pages into this. I am really enjoying this. In this story, we follow Felix, and he is just getting ready to go to college, and so is all of his friend group, and they're in a summer program in order to get credits to go on their college application. But Felix is having a hard time just coming to terms with himself and his college, his future really. And when he gets dead named and the pictures of him pre-transition get exposed to the whole school, he wants revenge, and he is dead set on the fact that it's Declan, which is like his rival, but I don't think it's Declan. And like, I don't know, I don't think it's Declan. And then we get like his best friend Ezra, who I love, because like he is such a nice best friend in this book. Like, he is very much like a safe space for Felix, which I really enjoy reading. So I'm glad that he has a best friend that I like, because sometimes like best friendships in books can be like not done well, or like secretly toxic, whereas this feels legit. I like that. And then there is his ex Marisol, who I don't trust. I think she has some issues with some of the things that go on, and I think she is the one who dead named him and done that horrible thing to him. So bitch, I'm coming for you if it's you, because I know, I can smell it. See if it's not actually her, I'm gonna feel so stupid, and I might just cut this clip out. But like, I think it's her. I really do. And it says on the back that there's like a quasi love triangle, and I'm really hoping that it's like Declan, Ezra, and Felix. But then I don't know, because like, do I want to be with Ezra? Because like that's like best friend into romance, which yes. But then Declan is like enemies or rivals to lovers. So oh yeah. But anyway, I am enjoying this book too. I am tabbing it, and I know some people don't like it, but I am writing in this book because I am enjoying it so much that I just want to appreciate the writing and the thought that went in behind this story, because I can tell when reading this that it was written with such an intention. Like, it is so well thought out, and the dialogue in it and the conversations that arise throughout this book is just it. Yeah, like, the intentions when this book was written just felt so great, in my opinion, that I feel like I have to, you know, like, record some of the things that I love throughout the narrative, because Karen Callender is great at writing. So I would definitely pick up more from this author based on the 136 pages I've read so far. That's how much I'm enjoying this book. If I had to rate the first 136 pages, 4 stars straight away. This definitely has the potential to be a 5-star read, and I'm hoping it will be. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. So I'm gonna go pass out because I have not slept, because I just came off a night shift. So I'm gonna go sleep. I have work tonight again, so I will be sleeping and then working, so I probably won't check back in until the weekend where I have actually read some more. I think I'm going to prioritize The Bridge Kingdom, only because I can read this on the bus ride to work and the bus ride home from work, so that's fine. I think I'm going to prioritize that for today and tonight, and then I am going to prioritize this for Friday, and hopefully I can get a good amount of the way through this. And yeah, I will check back in once I have read some more, once I've had some sleep, and yeah, hopefully next time I won't feel so awkward in the intro, because damn, that was awkward. But anyways, I will see you soon. Hi, I am back, and I am here to talk to you about The Bridge Kingdom, because I finished it. Yay! And I loved it. So I gave this a 4.5 stars, and I've pretty much told you everything that I wanted to tell you in previous clips. This is just literally to wrap up the fact that I finished it. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I loved the characters, I loved the atmosphere, the world is great, and I cannot wait to pick up the sequel of this book. The last 20% of this book was fabulous. The ending left off on such a good point that I cannot wait to pick up the sequel and read the sequel. And yeah, I am so happy that I picked this up. I picked this book up off of a Riley Marie recommendation, and that girl does not fail me, because all the enemies to lovers, I will take it. Thank you, thank you. And yes, I had such a blast with this, so I highly recommend, and I am glad that I read it. Hey, hi, hello, I am back because I finished Felix Ever After, and I loved this. Like, I love this. This was amazing. It was everything I wanted, everything I didn't know I needed, everything. My expectations were just blown out of the water with this book. So yeah, like, I am so happy that I read this book. So just briefly, this is a 5-star read, and I absolutely adored Felix and Ezra and even Declan. You know, like, the characters were just so well written that even the ones I didn't really like, I could still appreciate the fact that the characters were so, like, they had so much depth, and like, I don't know, like, I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the writing. The plot was great. The pacing was great. And yeah, so I previously said in the last clip that I wanted Felix and Ezra to be together, and that I thought Marisol was responsible for the gallery. Marisol's a bitch, but she wasn't responsible. I can smell a bitch out, and I knew she was gonna be a bitch, but she wasn't, like, she wasn't the one that was responsible for that, but she was still a dick. So I knew something was up. So I'm gonna go into mild spoilers here because I really, really want to speak about this book, but I also don't want to spoil anyone for it because I really feel that this is a book you should read because it is just absolutely amazing. So if you don't want any spoilers, I'll put the book down once I've finished talking about the spoilers of this book. So maybe just from this point on, just skip until this book disappears and you won't be spoiled. So, Felix Ever After. Wow, okay, I'm gonna get right into it. So previously I had said that I was hoping there would be a love triangle between Ezra, Felix, and Declan, and there kind of was one. And the whole way through it, I was rooting for Ezra because, like, that kind of love just, it doesn't come along very often, and I just felt like him and Felix were so suited towards each other. I felt like Felix had overlooked Ezra, and finally he really seen what was there and what their friendship had became, and I lived for that moment. The plot in this book was a sensitive subject. It really was, because it definitely revolves around Felix getting dead named and their pictures pre-transition getting exposed to the whole school. So it was a very sensitive topic, but it was handled so well in this book. That's my dog. That's my dog. Oh, come here, you baby. Come here. Come here. What's this? There you go. My dog's just gonna sit on my lap now. Here we go. No, don't move there. Please don't knock that over. It was a very hard subject, but I just thought it was done so well, and it also exceeded that plot line because not only was it a sensitive topic, there was other things taken into it. The fact that Felix was really questioning his identity as a trans man, and the struggle, watching him go through the struggle that he did while trying to figure out what best suited him, just felt so natural. And the commentary on being queer and black and like young, and the struggle of it all, just really, I don't know, it was mind-blowing. Like, this book was fucking mind-blowing. And yeah, like, I just, oh wow. There was a part in this that Felix went with Declan for a little while, which I wasn't a huge fan of. Like, I wanted there to be a love triangle between Declan, Ezra, and Felix, simply so Ezra could get jealous and, like, declare his love for Felix. But the Declan and Felix relationship went a little further than I thought it would, and I get why it did, but I didn't really like it that much. Anyways, though, he did end up with Ezra, and I love that. I love that for Felix and Ezra, and I am just... Please read this book. I promise you will not regret it. It is so fantastic, and I will be picking up the next book this author takes out. Karen Callender, you have my money. Take it. I will give you it. Take it. And if there's a special edition of this book that comes out anytime soon, you bet your arse I'm buying it, because I need it. I need it. This one's all tabbed up and everything, and I annotated as I went. So when I reread this, it'll be nice to see my thoughts the first go around compared to the second time. But yeah, absolutely fabulous. Not a bad word to say. This is probably a new favourite of mine, and this will definitely be in my top 10 this year. That's how good it was. So because I finished Felix Ever After on audio last night, I decided to pick up another physical book, and I picked up Witches Steeped in Gold. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because of the light. This is the lovely Fairy Loot edition. Look at that sparkle. So I picked this up last night before I went to work. I am 95 pages through, so I've still got a ways to go, and to be honest, I don't know how I feel, because I am enjoying the story. I just feel like I've been taken out of the story a couple of times because of some of the language, and I don't know if that's me being just dense, or if it's me, like, I don't know if it's me personally or if it is the book. This follows Jasmine, who is the daughter of the Doyen, and she is fighting for freedom for her kingdom and the witch that rules them all, but she is struggling because once the time comes, she will be the one that rules in the Doyen's death. She will take over as ruler, and she's not ready. And then we have Irea, who is an Obia, and she is currently in a prison. And her mum and father were the old rulers, and the Diane that is ruling right now killed her mum and dad, so she has vengeance on the mind. And I like the storyline, I really do. So Irea's just like kind of broken out of prison and gotten her magic from her familiar tree, which is where all the magic goes, and once you like come of age, you will then like get the magic, is what I'm assuming. So she's just gotten the magic from her familial tree. Downside is you have to serve the crown for like 20 years, I think, of service after you receive your magic. So like, that's not great, especially since the Doyen is literally the person that killed her mother and father. So like, I mean, that's not gonna go well. And then Jasmine, I feel bad for, because I know she's not ready to rule, but at the same time, she is one of the Nameless that are kind of an organization that are hoping to bring down the Doyen's rule, but then she will have to rule in her stead. And I'm like, she's not ready, and I haven't seen enough of her to know how she would rule or how she would take to that responsibility or anything like that. I am slightly favouring Irea's point of view, because I think it's just because I like her character's storyline better. I hope Jasmine's gets better. I am pretty sure it's Jasmine. Please forgive me if I say any of these names wrong. I am really horrible with names, but I do try my hardest, because a lot of power comes from a name, and I do try my hardest to pronounce them, but some of them I just can't. So the problem that I'm having with this book is quite along the same lines. There is a language in here that I don't understand. There is words that are used to describe things that I don't feel like have enough context to be understandable. I wish there was a glossary in the back of this book, because then I feel like I wouldn't be missing something. Some of the words that pop up, I feel, are taking me out of the story because I'm trying to remember what that word meant, or if there is a context in that particular part where the word is used. So again, it could just be me, and I really want to love this book, so it could just be me. It could be because I'm only 95 pages in. I do hope that maybe it gets better and more context is shown with the words that are coming up. And yeah, I will check back in once I have read some more of this. I was going to cut this vlog off once I had finished Felix, But at this point, I'm like, I may as well just add in this one because this is going to be my TBR Tarot vlog. So if I can sneak this one in and maybe Enchantment of Ravens before the end of the month, then I'll be really happy. What date is it today? So it's the 28th today, and I have like 4 days to finish this book and start and finish an Enchantment of Ravens. And I'm determined to do it. But my plan is definitely finish this one, at least start an Enchantment of Ravens, because if I start it, then I don't get a reward on my TBR game, but I also don't get a punishment. So it's like, you know, fair. But yeah, I will check back in once I have read some more of this lovely, lovely, beautiful book. So I'm back, and I'm back with a little bit of sad news because I recently said that I was reading Witches Steeped in Gold, and unfortunately I have decided to DNF this book because I am not having a good time with it. So I got to page 120, which I think is a reasonable amount of the way through to say that I'm not having a good time with this book. So the story is all right, but I feel like in the first 100 pages there was a lot of information dumps, and the information dumps weren't actually doing anything because I still was really confused about the world and the magic system. There's also a language in here, and I don't obviously mind made up languages or foreign languages in my books, but I need context with the language because I don't want to feel like I've been taken out the story because I don't understand a word. And unfortunately, this book just didn't give enough context as to the language that was used. So that, on top of the fact that there was a lot of information dumps and the world wasn't completely built up in a way that was accessible in my mind, I just feel like this isn't a good way to push myself through because I don't want to end up in a slump. I just came out of a slump and I don't want to go back into one. So I think I'm going to DNF this for now. This will potentially be on a these books will self-destruct in 12 months video. So if I don't read it in a year, then it will be unhauled. I am so sad that I didn't have a good time starting this book because it is absolutely beautiful. This is the Fairy Loot edition. The fan artwork and the just in general, the sound of this book sounds so amazing. I can't, because if I force myself through this, I can potentially end up in a slump, which I don't want to do because my reading's been pretty decent this month. So unfortunately, this is a DNF for now. So because I DNF'd Witches Steeped in Gold, I decided to start an Enchantment of Ravens. This is going to be the last book in this vlog. I have 2 days left in the month to finish this book in order to make it count for my TBR game. So I hope that I can get through this in 2 days. I think I can. It's a pretty short read and I feel like I can fly through this through the weekend. I have work tonight, so I'm gonna go to work and do that, and then I have Friday and Saturday where I can just sit and read this book, and I hope I will finish it. So I will come in and check back in once I have read some of this book to tell you how I feel, and hopefully I will fare better with this than I did with Witches Steeped in Gold. I am finally here to wrap up the end of this TBR Tarot vlog because I have decided to DNF an Enchantment of Ravens. Now listen, I don't know if it's just me or if the books that I've been picking up lately just haven't been what I've been in the mood for. Like, I just seem to be having, this is the second book in a row that I've been having bad luck with. I just didn't care, and I got to like 200, like I got to page 200 and I still didn't really care that much, and I was kind of pushing myself to read it even though I didn't really want to pick it up. So that was like not fun. So don't know if I'm going to come on to a reading slump maybe, and that's why I've DNF'd 2 books in a row, or if it's just I'm being moody. But either way, I've decided to DNF an Enchantment of Ravens. I did enjoy some parts of this book. It just didn't keep me engaged. It didn't make me want to read the story more. The characters were just average. I didn't really care for the characters or the relationships in this book. I don't know, I just wasn't drawn to it, and I didn't want to pick it up just because like I'm making a vlog of the books that I read. So I had something to say and push myself through it, because then I risk putting myself in a slump, and I don't want to do that. So second book in a row that I have DNF'd, and I started this, I think it was the last week in July, and it is now the 8th of August, so I have gave this its fair run, and I can't, I'm giving up with it. So not that great, but you know, needs must, and I just feel like if I keep reading this book, like forcing myself to read it, I'm gonna really not like it anyway, so I'm just deciding to DNF it. A quick wrap up of this vlog. I read The Bridge Kingdom. I gave that a 4.5 stars. I absolutely adored that book and cannot wait to pick up the sequel. Then I read Felix Ever After, and I absolutely bloody adored that book. That is like definitely on the top of my read this year, probably gonna go to the top on my like all-time favorites list. I absolutely devoured and loved that book. Then I tried Which is Steeped in Gold, and unfortunately I did not have a good time with this and decided to DNF it. And then I picked up An Enchantment of Ravens and decided to DNF that too, because I just haven't been having any luck with them, unfortunately. I am not saying these are bad books by any means. I'm just saying that in my mindset right now, when I've picked them up, they haven't worked for me, and that's okay. I think that I have definitely done what I can with this one, because I had previously picked this up, got 100 pages through it and put it down. This was my second time trying it. I got to page 208 and I'm putting it down again. It's DNF'd forever. I am not going back to this. Whereas I want to try Which is Steeped in Gold again, because I have high hopes for that one. So that is a DNF for now. This is just a DNF and I'm not going to read it. So overall, that is my picks for TBR Tarot. This was a vlog of my experience with them. I hope you enjoyed. Have you read any of these books? If you did, what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe, like. I shall see you next time. Stay safe, happy and healthy. Bye.
Pack up my summer in a Ziploc bag. Old maps and tchotchkes, photographs at this and that. I'll write myself a letter so that I'll remember